Hello, hello, hello. Okay, third time lucky. I wanted to review this. I did make a review, and for some reason twice it didn't get recorded. And I reformatted it because I thought I'd finished, but I hadn't. And I think I know what the problem is. I think it is the SD card I bought from Souk.com. Most probably it is not the storage that it is. So look, don't buy SD cards from Souk.com. I've wasted too much money because you cannot tell. Although I did return and it was refunded 128 GB one because it just wasn't 128 GB. And I returned it quick enough, but you have got to do it quite quickly. So my advice, get them out of Panda or Jiri or whatever, then you won't kind of go wrong, and because ultimately I haven't saved any money, I've lost money. Anyway, that's my SD card from Souk.com rant over with. This, and I've talked about it before, this is of course the LG V20. This beauty came out about 3 years ago. I'm turning it on now. This came out about 3 years ago, and the reason I bought it was that after using the LG G5, which I really liked, I just saw this and I fancied it. So I checked. Souk were doing it around 700 and something, and I think I'd sold the phone, so I'd had some extra money, and I said, let me get it. Because I wanted to see it, I wanted to see how it looked and how it felt, how I could use it in 2019, and I wanted to just share my thoughts with you about it, because I still think this is a good phone 3 years later. Now, one annoying thing, and for people to be aware of who are buying from Souk.com, I've noticed a couple of times, and I've seen people comment that they don't specify that this was a carrier phone, so it's AT&T, it's been unlocked, but some people might not like that. I mean, to me it's not such a big deal, but it could be an issue for some people. It might be a bonus for other people, especially those traveling to America. I'm not sure, but anyway, you just have to kind of be mindful of that. So it has a 5.7 inch screen, 4 GB of RAM, 16 and 8 MP back cameras. The 8 is a wide angle, really like it. It's got Qualcomm 820, which for the most part is still pretty decent, and 3200 mAh battery, which is probably the weakest aspect of this phone. USB-C, it has got headphone jack, brilliant. It has got quad DAC, QHD screen, beautiful LCD. It has some fancy mic setup, so really good for recording stuff, voices, whatever it is. So for the price, you can obviously get a new new phone like the Huawei Y9 or the Samsung M20 that I recently reviewed, but they're getting to be pretty bland. I mean, they're fine, don't get me wrong, the phones are fine, etc., but to me they're a bit bland. They don't have anything special. This has 2 screens, of course. It's special. This has the screen up the top here as well, which you can toggle some through some settings. You can see notifications, you can write your signature up there, have your name, which is really cool. You can add some things to it as well. I'm not sure how massive a benefit it is, but I still think it looks cool. So and I think for generally the screen is really decent. The cameras I thought were really brilliant, and it's a 3-year-old phone. I still think the camera's really good. Video is excellent, albeit better to be on a stand or a tripod or a gimbal of some sort when you're recording video. Sound quality from the mics, onboard mics, when you're recording vocal stuff, is very, very decent. In fact, this to me is the ideal travel companion. Leave your very expensive first phone at home. Take this baby with you wherever you're going throughout the world, because it really has everything. It works pretty decent. I mean, that Snapdragon 820 is still pretty decent. I noticed some shuddering here and there, but nothing major. Most people wouldn't notice it that much, but for music, movies, for recording, taking video, camera shots, whatever, and watching them back on this big screen, this is really, it does everything, and it does everything very well. I like it. It looks cool to me. I think it looks really cool, but that's just me. Now, the only weakness I would say of this, certainly this phone, the only weakness is the battery. So the 3200 battery I just found was not getting me through 6 hours. If I was using less, I could get maybe 8 hours. So I went and purchased a slightly higher capacity battery, and there's a few available, but I didn't want to buy the bigger cover. You can buy a bigger high capacity battery, but it's a separate cover that goes on. I didn't want that to be too chunky. So the battery, I'm not saying that it is absolutely brilliant. It didn't cost that much, but 100 reals with everything included. The battery has probably added an hour or two, I would say. It's not any great shakes, but anyway, it's a bit better. This phone is going on for sale, so whoever's buying it will get two batteries. Lucky them. I did do the Antutu on this to see, out of interest, of a 3-year-old phone, and it got a respectable 135,000 on Antutu. So again, most people using this are only going to be more than happy, because they're going to see the 5.7-inch screen, and that is what you're interacting with, and it's a brilliant screen. Okay, the selfie camera, well, it's fine for, I'm not sure, is it 8 or 5 megapixels anyway. It's good for front-facing camera things like video calls and stuff like that. So I have no complaints about that. The fingerprint button is really good here, and I like the fact that it's also the power button, so which is cool, and I will be turning it off in a minute, because I really just wanted to quickly review it for you. It's not even a review, it's just my thoughts on it. As I said, I've the music, because of the DAC, it's really music centered, so it's really good for people who are into their audio files. Get yourself decent wired headphones, you're not going to be disappointed. It sounds absolutely brilliant. I even think it sounds better with my AirPods, but that could just be me. Of course, that's all subjective, nothing objective about my opinion there, but I just think I really rate this as a decent budget phone now. You could use it daily, or as an excellent, absolutely brilliant travel phone, which a lot of people are obviously using and considering, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. Why am I getting rid of it then, are you saying? Well, you know, I fancied I really liked it. Then I started, of course, my eyes started wandering. The grass is always greener on the other side to the next generations of the V, and I will be probably reviewing something later, maybe next week, which is the reason why I'm selling this now, because I can't keep all of these phones, of course. I have to try and get some money back so I can buy another phone to talk nonsense with you on YouTube. So that's it. I only wanted to quickly 2019, you can still use this. Most people, it would be more than good enough as a daily phone. For power users, okay, maybe you would notice some things, but I would say as a travel phone, the best one yet. Okay, and for that price, and if you can get it even cheaper, then, you know, brilliant. I don't think anybody would be disappointed. So that's my opinion. Anybody got any questions, any whatevers, I will do my best to answer them. But this has been the it's a big phone, but it's a very big and cool phone. Anybody got any questions, I will do my best to answer them in a timely fashion. That's it. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.